I don't have a savings account stacked with money, and I don't come from a wealthy family. I'm actually trying to create a wealthy family. And working this 9 to 5 is not going to allow me to create a wealthy family, or is it content with my lifestyle anymore? So I'm making an exit plan, and this is how I'm budgeting for it. I'm Jai, a full-time single mother of a special needs teenager and a full-time employee of a job that's draining the life out of me. And I'm trying to get out of it one intentional step at a time. So this video is for anybody, especially a mom or a single mom who feels like they cannot leave their job because the math ain't mathing in their bank account. I feel that too, but I'm doing it anyway. See, what I did, I actually went through my bank statements and I looked at all the spending that I did outside of my bills and my mortgage. And truth be told, I need to stay my ass inside the house. With that food, that's with entertainment, and that's with anything that's not conducive in my house. Number one, what I did, I was joking, but I was serious. Number one, what I did, I went through each one of my utility bills, gas, water, lights, internet, because that's like a utility at this point. Gas, water, lights, internet, insurance, car insurance, because insurance is included in our mortgage here in Texas, depending on the type of loan you got. And I said my goal was to make every utility bill under $150. Oh, cell phone too. And not to mention, I also pay my mom's cell phone. We're all on one plan and I pay it. I was able to, I used to work for a big time cell phone company. I worked for them. I started working for them right before I got pregnant with my son. So I started with them in 2 years before. I started working for them in 2006 and I stopped working for them in 2009, but I continued to have the cell phone company. They got so expensive. It got to the point where I was paying $300 a month for a cell phone service for me and my mom. Something went off in my head and I was like, I can't do this anymore. This is too much. I switched over to another provider, and me and my mom, I think I got a phone. We had unlimited cell phone coverage, unlimited internet service, which that really didn't matter because I work from home and she's basically in the house all day. We had a new cell phone, an old cell phone, and services for under $100. And the cell phone service works the same as the previous company I was with. That's number one. My water bill, if I don't go over the next month, is always consistently under $100. Gas bill is no more than $50 a month. My internet, I got that down tremendously. So my self-care is me watching my ratchet shows. When I say my ratchet shows, I watch Basketball Wives. I don't watch Love and Hip Hop anymore, but I do watch Basketball Wives. I do watch Housewives of Atlanta. I do watch a lot of reality TV, and I would record it. A lot of own television shows on the own network. But I noticed that a lot of people, I could see these shows also on YouTube, and the streaming services were getting really popular. So, and I wasn't watching cable like that anymore. Like, cable is becoming obsolete. So I completely cut off my cable. I kept my internet, and I kept a home phone because at the time I had a patient care person here helping me with my son, and that's how they clocked in and out. And I also, just old school, I feel like you need a house phone. You never know. But nowadays, the house phones are not connected to the lines the way they used to. It's connected to internet. So if your internet goes out, your house phone goes out. But anyway, I went ahead and cut out the cable, and that dropped my bill down like $150. What else did I do? Those were the main things. And I shopped around for more car insurance. I kind of got that down, but because we're in a state where you have to have car insurance, and then the type of car that I have, or van that I drive, because of my son's accessibility, I have to have full coverage plus an additional coverage on the van because it's a ramp on the van. So, but me doing that, outside of everything else, I cut down a lot. Now, what gets me is the eating out. The DoorDash. I'm not an Uber Eats girl, but the DoorDash, the not having anything cooked and stopping at this place one time, stopping at that place. Fast food adds up. That has changed with me within the last, I'll say 6 to 8 months, because the food quality isn't the same. It got to the point where we would go get something to eat. It just didn't taste right. So I cook in the house. I try to cook at least, it's just me and my son, so I try to cook it enough for us to eat off of through the week. We are leftover house. Some people don't like it leftovers, but we eat leftovers. And maybe every now and again something to eat, but I'm actually gonna start a challenge with myself to see if we can go the full week without eating out. Now, one thing that I'm still working on with myself is a grocery bill. I feel like, and don't judge me, I feel like I should not have a budget for groceries. I make it rain in the grocery store because I stock up. You should see my pantry, and that's something else that I think I'm going to work on, a project cleaning out my pantry, and you guys will get to see. My family raised me to have food for a rainy day, especially pantry food. So I have stuff in there I probably need to throw out, and maybe I'll do that here within the next couple of weeks. But I like to keep meat in the freezer. I have a deep freezer and I have a refrigerator freezer, so I can just go in there and pull stuff out to cook or whatever. So, and also with that, with me liking to go, like having a no limit at the unlimited funds at the grocery store, I do shop at the cheaper grocery stores now. We have a grocery store that's like a knockoff or of a big chain grocery store here in Texas, and everything in there is like cheaper, maybe 75% cheaper than at the big grocery store. So I go there a lot. Aldi has actually also grew on me too. I wasn't a big Aldi fan at first because I gotta rent the cart, but I get why they do it. So I go there now too, and they actually have some things in there that my son loves. So Aldi has been a good go-to lately. But basically, all in all, cutting out what you don't need. I'm going to go through another round of things with my bank account to see what I'm being charged for and why, and if I actually need it. And I would suggest a lot of you guys do that too, because we're in an age now where it's always, put in your credit card for the trial, and then after 7 days or however long the trial is, they start charging you extra, but you later don't realize it until later. So I am definitely going to go back through my bank account, my bank statements, and see what I do not no longer need and it doesn't serve us. So with the extra money that I save from cutting down on my utility bills and eating in the house and staying in the house and not outside, I'm going to put that money towards my bank account, of course, in a savings account. And I also like to put a little extra on my principal when I pay my mortgage every month, because that knocks down the principal. So I'll actually see whenever I can scratch out that extra money or lend that extra money to go to my principal of my mortgage. That's how I know that I'm doing a good job. The biggest shift, however, is your mindset. And this is why I want to journal it, because this allows me to keep accountability with myself, not just with my followers, but with myself. I have a bigger goal in mind, and I am doing everything in my power to be disciplined and consistent with this YouTube journey, and ultimately quitting my job. It's no longer a choice for me. It is something that's going to happen. I think about it daily, and in order for me to fully quit, I have to purposely learn how to correctly budget and stick to it. Because how am I going to work hard or pray for something and I'm not managing what I have now? I'm definitely, excuse the stain. We're at the end of the night. The night is winding down. Excuse me. I'm a mama. Whatever. Anyway, I definitely gotta stick to the budget because it helps with the overall plan. It's not that I don't know how to budget. Sometimes I'm like, hey, F it. I deserve it. In which I do. But I have an ultimate goal to get to. And I will get to it. So if you're in the same boat as me, just know that this is doable. We can do it together. You have to stay accountable. Like I said, go through your bank statements and see what you don't need, what you're paying for that you don't need. You don't have to go out all the time. I have some friends that kind of stay in my area, and we get together for girls' nights on Friday. We haven't in a while, but going to these, and I'm not knocking going out, but it can be very expensive. And if you're trying to build something and get to a specific goal, you have to cut out some things. You can do self-care around the house, and I'll actually show you guys a self-care project that I'm working on later. But you can do self-care around the house. Take a shower, go out in the backyard, stretch. I mean, it may not be like going out for Sunday Funday, but you can create Sunday Funday at your house. You can create Sunday Funday at your house with your kids, because half that music y'all listening to in the clubs, your kids know it. Mine do, but that's a whole nother story for a whole nother day. But anyway, you have to have a consistent and a disciplined mind to get where you're going. So just know that you're not in this fight alone. You may be fighting it by yourself because you're not telling nobody, and that's cool. You ain't got to tell everybody your business. But just know that you're not the only one out here going through this. There's a lot of people going, especially in this day and age where we're trying to keep up with the Joneses. That's not my fight. I've surpassed that a long time ago. But trying to keep up with people, trying to maintain an image, and you really breaking down on the inside because you want something, but you're trying to look another way. And that's a whole nother set of issues that you have to overcome. But just know that you're not alone. So just know I'm documenting every little step of this journey because I want it really bad. I see that it's doable, but it all starts with me. So I hope you all are thinking about making that step, or even if you're not making the step that I'm making, more so budgeting, because we're living in a trying time right now. Every day is something different on the news. Somebody's doing something with some tariffs, then they're stopping it, then this, then that. So right now is a good time to budget. You never know what may happen. So definitely look over your finances, see what you can afford, see what you can do without, and let's keep going. Let's keep pushing. So like, share, subscribe if this resonates with you, or if you know somebody going through it, or if you know a mom, or if you are a mom that's ready to just dump your 9 to 5 and do it on your own. Be sure to tune in to the next video and we'll keep going. Y'all have a good one. Bye.